Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Water, the biochemistry of water, pH and buffer. Regarding this lecture in biochemistry of water. Water is the universal solvent and the solvent of life. It baths our cell, dissolve and transport a medium for movement of molecule into and throughout cellular compartment, separate charged molecules, dissipate heat and participate in chemical reaction. Most compound in the body must, including protein, must interact with the aqueous medium in order to function. Total body water is roughly 50 to 60% of body weight in adults and 75% body weight in children. Because fat has little water associated with it, so in obese people the content of water is decreased. As such as water is lower in females because the female has more fat than in the males, and females increased body fat content and water is decreased. Total body water also decreases with age due to more body fat. Total body water, TBW, it is the abbreviation of the total body weight water. In male 10 to 18 years 59%, and in female 57%, and vice versa, it decreases with age. Here the total body water, which is the 60% of the body weight, if a person have 70 kilogram and 60% of the 70 kilogram is 42 liter. So the total body weight 60%, according to the 60% of the body weight, it is 42 liter. And it is compartmentized into two main compartment: intracellular fluid compartment and extracellular fluid compartment. Extracellular fluid 2 by 3rd and extracellular fluid compartment 1/3, and intracellular fluid compartment 2 by 3rd of the 42 liter. 2 by 3rd multiplied by 42 is equal to 28 liter, and 1 by 3rd of the extracellular fluid multiplied by 42 is 14 liter. And extracellular fluid compartment consists of intravascular, extravascular, interstitial and transcellular fluid. Now 2/3 of the intracellular and 1/3 is the extracellular of the 60% body weight, and according to the body weight it may be 14 to 12 liter and this one. So water is the universal molecule for hydrogen bond. It forms hydrogen bonding. It has high electronegativity. It has high dielectric constant. Hydrogen atom is one polar covalent molecule and are attracted to the electronegative atom, which is oxygen, which is more electronegative than the hydrogen atom. So the shared pair of electron in the water molecule is more likely towards the oxygen than the hydrogen atom, and very important for function in biological molecules. And here the density of the electronegative oxygen is towards the oxygen molecule rather than the hydrogen atom. And polar nature of the water molecule. Water has a high dielectric constant. What is the meaning of the dielectric constant? It is the measure of the ability of the solvent to solvate ion. Ions are always hydrated in water and carry around a hydration shell. Water form hydrogen bond with polar solute and hydrophobic interaction, a secret of life. Dielectric constant mean it has the affinity to solvate more ions. For example, crystals ions such as sodium chloride, potassium chloride, magnesium fluoride, etc., and they are solvated more in water than any other solvent. Then why salt are dissolved more likely into the water? Because the sodium chloride or the potassium chloride has a crystal lattice, and water has high dielectric constant. This reduces the field between the atom, hence the attraction to each other is cancelled or lessened, and the crystal latex comes apart and dissolve. So these sodium and chloride, they are ion, their inter between attraction is releases and they become sodium ion and chloride ion. So they are surrounded by their respective ion. For example, sodium and chloride, it is by hydrogen ion. Chloride is the negative charge and it is surrounded by the positive hydrogen, and sodium is the positive charge. It is surrounded by the negative charge. Same with the potassium chloride, and the water is associated, the negative charge of the hydroxyl group is attracted towards the positive ion, and the positive hydrogen is attracted towards the negative. So water also form hydrogen bond, and this each water molecule form 3.6 or 4 hydrogen bond at per mole, and as the breaking of one covalent bond require approximately 100 kilocalorie per mole energy, which while breaking of hydrogen bond require 4.5 kilocalorie per mole. Each water molecule can form 4 hydrogen bond at one time. Covalent bond is almost more than 20 times stronger than the hydrogen bond. In water, there is large number of hydrogen bonding which is responsible for liquid nature of water at room temperature and increased solvation. Water has high dielectric constant. It causes dissociate ionic interaction. When an electrolyte is dissolved in water, they are dissociated into their respective ion. Both the hydrogen and oxygen molecule form hydrogen bond and participate in hydration shell. While these hydrogen ions are less bad, but they are responsible for the liquid nature of the water molecule. Water has high latent heat of fusion and high latent heat of vaporization, which also that large amount of energy is required to convert solid ice into the liquid water, and then a large amount of heat is required to convert liquid completely into its vapor or gaseous form. So it is also is required for its high universal. Now the ionization of water. Water is dissociated into hydrogen and hydroxyl ion. When we equilibrium draw an equation, product divided by the reactant. So the product are the molar concentration of hydrogen and molar concentration of hydroxyl ion divided by the molar concentration of the water. So K equilibrium is equal to product, which is molar concentration of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion divided by molar concentration of water. If we remove water to the left side, then we get water K equilibrium is equal to hydrogen ion and the hydroxyl ion. Water, the value, equilibrium has the value 1.8 into 10 raised to power minus 16, while hydroxyl water has 1 liter of water in ml divided by the molecular weight of water. 1000 divided by 18 is equal to 55.5 m. Water is equal to weight of water, 1 liter of water in ml divided by 18 is equal to 55.5. So then 1.8 into 10 raised to power minus 16 multiplied by 55.5 is equal to hydrogen, molar concentration of hydrogen and molar concentration of hydroxyl ion. By calculating this, we get 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14 is equal to molar concentration of hydrogen and hydroxyl ion. And in water, there is the equimolar amount of hydroxyl and hydrogen ion. So we can replace hydrogen with the hydroxyl ion. Then H square is equal to 1 into 10 raised to power 14 taking under root, and we get hydrogen 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7. So in water, there is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 17 minus 7 mole of hydrogen ion in water. The diseases associated with water, they are edema and dehydration. Edema is the excess accumulation of fluid in interstitial tissues, and it may be caused by the disruption of the filtration and osmotic forces of the body. Reduced albumin synthesis in the liver, reduced plasma oncotic pressure, albumin synthesis in the liver is reduced, or protein malnutrition as in kwashiorkor or marasmus, and fall in plasma oncotic pressure, net movement of the fluid and the forces protein hold the water inside the vessels, so net movement of fluid into the interstitial tissues and causes dehydration is deficiency of body water or excessive loss of water. External cause dehydration include prolonged exposure to sun and exercise, as well as diarrhea, vomiting, and burns. Rotavirus is the main cause of diarrhea in children, and treatment of dehydration, supplementation of fluid, and electrolyte are often